Alrighty, guys, we're continuing on after where we left off after our live stream. We're bringing the 3 down because we're going to bring the 3 down to do some switching down here in Ella. But we're also going to use the GP38s that we brought down in order to take some gold mine cars over to the gold mine. So this is kind of going to be a big switching episode, switching out Birdtown as well as the gold mine. So there is that. And as you can see, 15's arrived at Bryson Depot. If you saw the live stream, you'll know the shenanigans that happened with that. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring the 3 down and at least get it staged. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take over those GP38s and get them underway and get them where they need to be. In fact, I could probably start that process now. Yard, reverse, 20 cars, and then that way they're not in our way as we pull in here. And we can get them going. I may split this up. And what I mean by that is I may do the gold mine in this episode and then do Birdtown in the next episode, just for the sake of length. That way we're not creating an episode that's too long, because there's a lot going on there. So yeah, there's our GP38s. You know what? We're going to take this opportunity to swap on over to them, because luckily on this end of the train, this is all for the gold mine right here. So we don't necessarily have to worry about switching out cars in order to get to the cars that we need, which is good. Atlas sulfuric acid. Okay, so that might be up there again. Yeah, I think we're going to split this into 2 episodes, because this is probably going to this is going to take a while. This is definitely going to take a while. But luckily, we shouldn't have any passenger trains in our way for a little bit. So that's always good news. A little too hard on the brakes there. All right, let's make this cut. TGM, we don't. Okay. So we're going to make the cut there. And let's get underway. All right, we're making sure we're lined out of here. Like I said, we shouldn't have any passenger trains interfering with us. Luckily, we don't have to go far, so we're going to make sure our switches are lined. We got that switch lined. Okay, I think we're good all the way there. We are good all the way there, which is nice. And then as we make our way through the yard here, we'll get this all squared away, because we're going off to a new area here. Usually you don't have this. This is definitely a mod, and it's a wonderful mod. I definitely like it. But usually there's no switch here. In fact, none of this is here except for what is normally here at Ella. So this is a lot to deal with. And I'm going to be quite frank. I actually may, in the future, stage an engine down here, because there is an engine shed down here. So I may bring the 6 down, or the 3, and put them down here. But for right now, we'll just deal with it with the GP38s and get them going down here. Luckily, we don't have that big of a train to deal with, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. Key part of that is shouldn't be, trying to make some money here. In fact, we are making a decent amount of money. Let's see how much money we have. Finance. Ooh, we could actually probably pay down 1,000, no problem. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's a good move. So we only have 17,000 in debt. So we're getting pretty close to debt-free here on the QNS, which is pretty nice. We haven't been debt-free in a while. I will say a lot of that is thanks to the mods. The mods are definitely helping in that regard, and keeping money flowing and keeping us, in the green. So luckily, we should be able to pay a lot of this off. I've also been thinking of paring down the fleet a little bit. I don't know exactly what that would look like. I don't want to get rid of any of the mics, obviously. I just might move the mics around to where they need to be. to create, and you know, if I move them around, they might be able to create more content, which would be nice. But I don't know. Actually, I might have enough. Let's put it that way. I might have enough that if I spread them out, we might be okay. So I may not pare down the fleet. Yeah, I probably won't pare down the fleet. Also, preview a future episode. All the stuff we have to deal with up at Robinson Gap. That's going to be fun. And here we are at the gold mine. As you can see, we do have an engine shed down here. So like I said, I may bring the 6 down and stage it here rather than up at the iron mine. But let's see what we need to do here. Because I know I'm kind of at the wrong end to be switching out these cars. So where do these need to go? Tailings loading. So these all need to go there. Okay. Fuel and supplies. So what we may need to do is actually run around. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to need to do. Because there's no runaround in here, is there? No, there's not. And I don't really trust the mine tunnel. That curve is definitely going to be way too tight. So, wish there was a runaround we could use here. I guess technically there is. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Alrighty, it was a little bit of a long process, but we've run around our cars here and we're applying some brakes so that way we don't smash into them too much. I'll get the headlight off because we don't need it. So now, here comes the fun part. Alright, those need to go there, so we're going to flick the switch that way. And then we have some fuel, which needs to go... Let's see here, where does the fuel need to go? Needs to go somewhere over there, okay. And then supplies... also needs to probably go somewhere. It needs to go somewhere. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll figure this out. I'm pretty sure it goes here. But it's been a while since I've actually done this. And this is the first time I've done it on the QNS, so we'll make it work. We will make it work. Hopefully. Maybe. Possibly. If Editor Midland is making a commentary right now, you'll know for a fact that we didn't make it work. Alrighty. Those are all ready. And we figured it out. The fuel goes there. The supplies go there. So we'll make this work. This will be quick and easy. And we just got a nice little bonus from dropping off passengers. And we got some nice bonus from dropping off these cars, which is nice. So we're well on our way to being able to pay down even more debt, which is really kind of nice. Not gonna lie, it's kind of nice. Narca Junction Station. All right, so we're on our way to a kind of a successful little switching operation here. All right, we're gonna. Oh, how do we want to do this? We can do the fuel first, or we could do the supplies first. But yeah, let's do the fuel first. I think the fuel first would make more sense. Because it's not that hard, and we can just do a straight-in move rather than anything else. So that'll probably be the easiest thing to do. Alrighty, we're making our way to the fuel track. We're getting more fares from our passenger train, which is nice. And yeah, we're making progress here. I will say I like how this is kind of laid out, because if you do it right, it's not really that bad of a switching puzzle. Because I'm not saying I hate switching puzzles. Switching puzzles can be good. But I don't like switching puzzles for switching puzzles' sake. I like some thought to, you know, why an industry is laid out the way it is. And if you're just doing switching puzzles for switching puzzles' sake, it kind of bugs me. But this little gold mine here gives you a chance to run around and not really make it a switching puzzle. It's just there are spurs that you need to get to, and that's it. So that's kind of nice. Whereas like the original Ella, it was functional, especially if you're coming from the west. If you're going eastbound from Bryson, you could make that work really well, but you couldn't really deal with it you couldn't deal with it westbound. It just wasn't possible. Or at least it was. You just had to do a lot of Dutch dropping and car kicking. So, you know, having Birdtown there actually kind of solves that problem. And in this industry, at least at the gold mine, I really like how it's thought out, and how you're able to deal with it. And I really like how Robinson's thought out and dealt with, because if you have the Y, you can just run the Y and then shove up to Robinson, and it's not that hard to do. It's not that unrealistic to do, because you're not going that far, and it's kind of a neat way to run it. So that, you know, the TLDR, I really like the mods that people are making for this game, because they're making it in a way that I kind of like and that makes sense. That way you're not always getting confused by switching puzzles and where things are. You can always just, if you do a simple run around, you can usually get to pretty much wherever you need without too much issue. Obviously in here, there is like I think there's like a processing plant right here. That's kind of untrue for, but even then it still kind of is, especially if you have the right length of cars to fit in the sidings. So good on you, mod authors. I really appreciate what you're doing, and really appreciate what you guys are managing to accomplish with this game, because the game is a wonderful game. Like, game wise, it's a great game, but it can get stale after a while because it's the same thing over and over again. Whereas when you have all these mods, you know, you can swap out mods and change things up, and it just kind of makes things a little bit fresh and makes them kind of nice. So, you know, that's a long-winded way to say TLDR, good job, mod authors. I really like what you're doing. All right. And conveniently, we now have this car delivered, so we can now start sending this back. I'm going to AI it. We're going to do road versus however fast it needs to go. This track speed is definitely not 35 miles an hour. So we're going to put down a fusee just before the main here. Make sure it's not on the main. And yeah, I think that's where we're going to end today, folks. So thank you very, very much for watching. We will get on with switching out Birdtown in the next episode. So look forward to that. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care and have a good one. Goodbye.